Alright, and shalom. Welcome to Cover with Jeremy Pyers. So, today is, part 8 of the book of Enoch. Yeah, part 8. Had to double check. So, today we'll be beginning Noah's writings in the book of Enoch, if you didn't know. And shalom to everybody in chat. Chris, FEMA Region 4, brother. Been missing you, man. Shalom, Andrea, sister. And welcome, KM. Shalom. Alright, so let's just double checking here. Let's begin. So we stopped at chapter 64 last time. Oh, hey, Alyssa. Shalom. I didn't know. Welcome. We missed you the past couple readings. Welcome back. Alright. So, chapter 65 in the book of Noah from the Sefer. And this is the vision of Noah. So, chapter 65. In those days, Noah saw that the earth became inclined and that the destruction approached. Excuse me. Then he lifted up his feet and went to the ends of the earth, to the dwelling of his great-grandfather Enoch. And Noah, and Noah cried with a bitter voice, "Hear me, hear me, hear me," 3 times. And he said, "Tell me, what is transacting upon the earth? For the earth labors and is violently shaken. Surely I shall perish with it." After this there was a great perturbation on earth. On earth, and a voice was heard from heaven. I fell down on my face, and when my great-grandfather Enoch came and stood by me, he said to me, "Why have you cried out to me with a bitter cry and lamentation? A commandment has gone forth from Yahweh against those who dwell on the earth, that they may be destroyed, for they know every secret of the angels, every oppressive and secret power of the devils, and every power of those who commit sorcery, as well as of those who make molten in with the whole earth. How is silver produced from the dust of the earth? And how on the earth does the drop exist? For lead and tin are not produced from earth as the primary fountain of their production. There is an angel standing upon it, and that angel struggles to prevail." It's pretty interesting there. Because, if you checked out that series I mentioned last time, like, it's called, There Is No Forest on Earth, I believe is the name. And it talks about, how, like, stones and precious gems came from, like, these giant trees and fallen Nephilim and crazy. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Just thought I'd kind of point that out. Hey, shalom, brother Jesse. Welcome. I'm reading from the Sefer. And it wasn't confusing, Alyssa. Thanks. And afterwards my great-grandfather Enoch seized me with his hand, raising me up and saying to me, Go, for I have asked Yahweh Sabaoth respecting this perturbation of the earth, who replied, On account of their impiety, have their innumerable judgments been consummated before me, because of the sorceries which they have searched out and learned. The earth and those who dwell upon it will be destroyed, and that to these there will be no refuge forever. They have discovered secrets, those who have been judged, but not you, my son. Yahweh Sabaoth knows that you are pure and good from the reproach of secrets. He, the Holy One, will establish your name in the midst of the Kodashim, and will guard you from those who dwell upon the earth. He will establish your seed in righteousness, for kings and for great glory. And from your seed shall spring forth righteousness, and holy men without number forever. In chapter 66. After this he showed me that the angels of punishment, who were prepared to come and to open all the mighty waters under the earth, that they may be for judgment and for the destruction of all those who remain and dwell upon the earth. And Yahweh Sabaoth commanded the angels who went forth not to take up and guard the men, for those angels are over all the mighty waters. Then I went out from the presence of Enoch. Chapter 67. And in those days the word of Elohim came to me, and said, Noah, behold, your lot has ascended up to me, a lot void of crime, a lot beloved and upright. Now then, the angels are making a wooden structure, but when they proceed to do this, I will put my hand upon it and guard it. The seed of life shall arise from it, and a change shall take place, that the dry land shall not be left empty. I will establish your seed before me forever and forever, forever and ever, and the seed of those who dwell with you on the surface of the earth. It shall be blessed and multiplied in the presence of the earth, in the name of Yahweh. So right now, it's basically Enoch predicting the flood that Yahweh is going to bring, Noah's flood. And they shall confine those angels who disclosed impiety in that burning valley, which at first my great-grandfather Enoch showed me in the west, where there were mountains of gold and silver, of iron, and of fluid metal, and of tin. I beheld that valley, in which there was great perturbation, and the waters were troubled. And when all this was affected from the fluid mass of fire, and troubled them in that place, there arose a strong smell of sulfur, which became mixed with the waters, and the valley of the angels, who had been guilty of seduction, burned underneath its soil. Through that valley also rivers of fire were flowing, to which those angels shall be condemned, who seduced the inhabitants of the earth. And in those days shall these waters be to kings, to princes, and to the exalted, and to the inhabitants of the earth, for the healing of the soul and body, and for the judgment of the Ruach. Their Ruachoth shall be full of lust, that they may be judged in their bodies, because they have denied Yahweh Sabaoth, and they perceived their condemnation day by day. They believe not in his name. And these are all the fallen angels they're talking about, all the watchers. And as the inflammation of their bodies shall be great, so shall their Ruachoth undergo a change forever. For no word which is uttered before Yahweh Sevaoth shall be in vain. Judgment has come upon them, because they trusted in their carnal revelry and denied Yahweh Sevaoth. So all the fallen angels, they've all been condemned and bound in this place. Like, I was just thinking, like, how bad it is now. And this is without the fallen angels. This is just with, like, 1/10 of the demons or their spirits that were here. Like, 1/10 of the spirits remain after the flood. Like, can you imagine how bad it was? Like, with these fallen angels and all these, their spirits, like, of their children, which are demons. Like, we're only dealing with 1/10 of them these days, and it's bad. I mean, it's also the last days, but I mean, it's just, this is probably like unimaginable chaos and like just sin everywhere. And yeah, I just can't even imagine. It's crazy. Anyway, I'll continue. In those days shall the waters of that valley be changed. For when the angels shall be judged, then shall the heat of those springs of water experience an acceleration. And when the angels shall ascend, the water of the springs shall again undergo a change and be frozen. And then I heard holy Michael answering and saying, This judgment with which the angels shall be judged shall bear testimony against the kings, the princes, and those who possess the earth. For these waters of judgment shall be for their healing, and for the death of their bodies. But they shall not perceive and believe that the waters will be changed, and become a fire which shall blaze forever. Pretty intense. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. It's all about to change, I know. Yep. CERN. Yeah, that whole CERN. It's I'm sure you know about the whole Apollyon dance and total crazy opening party they did that was just totally demonic. They opened the pit to this place, and they're slowly letting them out. And I agree. Because I believe, I don't know if you've read it or not, but it says they'll be bound for 70 generations. So I think, I don't know. I know they're definitely opening a portal and trying to get these guys out, for sure. And CERN is just, yeah, they're all over it. They got all kinds of like wacky, crazy, satanic rituals going on, doing Shiva dances, and like, it's disgusting. Yeah, not even hiding it. And people still don't see. It's just so insane. Insane. I pray for them. Alright, chapter 68. After this, he gave me the characteristical marks of all the secret things in the Sefer of my great-grandfather Enoch, and in the parables which had been given to him, inserting them for me among the words of the Sefer of the parables. At that time holy Michael answered and said to Raphael, the power of the Ruach hurries me away and impels me on. The severity of the judgment of the secret judgment of the angels, who is capable of endurance of that severe judgment which has taken place and been made permanent without being melted at the sight of it. See, like even Michael is just like, whoa. Again, holy Michael answered and said to holy Raphael, who is there whose heart is not softened by it, and whose mind is not troubled at this thing? Judgment has gone forth against them by those who have thus dragged them away. And that was when they stood in the presence of Yahweh Sabaoth. In like manner also holy Rachael said to Raphael, they shall not be before the eye of Yahweh, since Yahweh Sabaoth has been offended with them. For like Adonim have they conducted themselves. Therefore will he bring upon them a secret judgment for ever and ever. For neither shall angel nor man receive a portion of it, but they alone shall receive their own judgment forever and ever. See, it's crazy. It's the judgment that these angels are receiving are so severe that even Michael is like basically shaking in his boots. Like, yeah, the old devil is too proud to hide it. Yeah, exactly. He knows only a few will see it. Because he's got everybody like a puppet on a string, basically. Or most everybody across the earth. Across this flat plane. Pretty much 90% of people are deceived. Probably more. There's very few of us. Like, honestly, brothers and sisters. Like, time is short. Time is very short. You know, spreading his word is very important. You know, telling people, do not follow man, do not follow these crazy spirits or anything without testing them to scriptures. That's the whole problem. That's the main problem, sadly. Is people feel some kind of way, or the Ruach makes them feel some kind of way, and this and that, and they never test it. So what Ruach is making you feel that kind of way? Because there's more than just the Ruach HaKodesh. Yeah, exactly, brother. A remnant. All we can do is strive to make it. Like, as we speak right now, there's not one person that is saved. We're all struggling and striving to make it. And those who endure to the end, there's not once saved, always saved. There's not all you have to do is believe. Like, don't listen to that garbage. That's Satan turning people away from his word, and people follow it because they've never read his word. Like, he writes everything down for us 100%, and it's up to kings to discern it Who are these kings? That's us. Just like I always say, test everything and follow no man. Don't even follow me. Just test everything. We're all on that same path, trying to get to him. We're all students. There's only one teacher. Anyway, I ramble sometimes. My apologies. Exactly, brother. We die to ourselves daily. Nobody's perfect. Not one of us is perfect. And anyone who says they are is a liar. Honestly. We all make mistakes. I know. I've made plenty of them. I still do. But all we can do is ask for forgiveness and repent, you know. He knows we are imperfect and living in this disgusting world where everything is backwards, literally. People don't even know what gender they are, and now they got like 100 different genders. Like, oh my, yeah. No. It's so twisted, and people follow it, and it's sad. And you try to wake them up, and they get mad at you for trying to wake them up. And they end up defending the lie that they're told, and it's like, yeah. That's why it says, don't give steaks to dogs. Anyway, I'll continue. Chapter 69. This will be we'll end it here after this evening. Or for this evening, excuse me. Yes, he is absolutely gracious. And no worries, Sister Alyssa. So, chapter 69. After this judgment, they shall be astonished and irritated, for it shall be exhibited to the inhabitants of the earth. So it's talking about the judgment of the angels. That's going to be pretty severe. Behold the names of those angels. These are their names. The first of them is Shemyaza. The second, Artsikafa. The third, Armin. The fourth, Kekabel. The fifth, Turel. The sixth, Rumiel. The seventh, Daniel. The eighth, Kael. The ninth, Barakel. The 10th, Azazel. The 11th, Armers. The 12th, Batarael. I know I tore that one up. The 13th, Besasael. The 14th, Ananiel. 15th, Turiel. The 16th, Simapisiel. The 17th, Yatarel. The 18th, Tumael. The 19th, Tarel. The 20th, Rumel. The 21st, Azazel. It's almost like Azazel, but with a Y. Azazel. These are the chiefs of their angels, and the names of the leaders of their hundreds, and the leaders of their 50s, and the leaders of their 10s. The name of the first is Yakun. It was he who seduced all the sons of the holy angels, and causing them to descend on earth, led astray the offspring of men. The name of the second is Kesabel, who pointed out evil counsel to the sons of the holy angels, and and induce them to corrupt their bodies by generating mankind. The name of the third is Gadriel. He discovered every stroke of death to the children of men. He seduced Hua, or Eve, and discovered to the children of men the instruments of death, the coat of mail, the shield, and the sword for the slaughter, every instrument of death to the children of men. From his hands were derived to them who dwell upon the earth, from that period forever. The name of the fourth is Penemu. He discovered to the children of men bitterness and sweetness, and pointed out to them every secret of their wisdom. He taught men to understand writing and ink and paper. Therefore, numerous have been those who have gone astray from every period of the word, even to this day. And that can't be more true. And it was pretty interesting, though, how this fallen angel taught reading and writing. And, like, tore that up. Alyssa, you're killing me. It's just interesting how this fallen angel taught reading and writing, though. You know, without it, we wouldn't have the scriptures. But people do go astray, and that's why we don't follow men. For men were not born for this, thus with pen and with ink, to confirm their belief. See, it was supposed to be... Well, we were supposed to live forever, honestly. So it would have just been passed down from Adam. But, yeah, we all know what happened. Since they were not created, except that, like the angels, they might remain righteous and pure. Nor would death, which destroys everything, have affected them. That's what I just said. But by this their knowledge they perish, and they have also... And by this also power consumes. The name of the fifth is Cassiade. He discovered to the children of men every wicked stroke of the Ruach and of devils, the stroke to the embryo in the womb to diminish it. Would you look at that? He taught abortion. Interesting. But he taught the stroke to the embryo in the womb to diminish it, the stroke to the Ruach by the bite of the serpent, and the midday stroke of the offspring of the serpent, the name of which is Tabayet. This is the number of Casbel, the principal part of the oath which El Elyon, dwelling in glory, revealed to the holy ones. Its name is Becca. He spoke to holy Michael to discover to them the sacred name, that they might understand that secret name, and thus remember the oath, and that those who pointed out every secret thing to the children of men might tremble at that name and oath. This is the power of that oath, for powerful it is and strong. And he established this oath of Aki by the instrumentality of the holy Michael. These are the secrets of his oath, and by it they were confirmed. Heaven was suspended by it, before the world was made forever. By it has the earth been founded upon the flood, while from the concealed parts of the hills the agitated waters proceed forth from the creation to the end of the world. By this oath the sea has been formed, and the foundation of it. During the period of its fury, he established the sand against it, which continues unchanged forever. And by this oath the abyss has been made strong, nor is it removable from its station forever and ever. By this oath the sun and moon complete their progress, never swerving from the command to them forever and ever. By this oath the stars complete their progress, and when their names are called, they return and answer forever and ever. Thus the heavens have the blowing of the winds. All of them have ruach, and are a complete combination of breathings. There are the treasures of thunder are kept, and the splendor of the lightning. There are kept the treasures of hail and of frost, the treasures of snow, and the treasures of rain and dew. All these confess and loud before Yahweh Sevaot. They glorify with all their power of praise. And he sustains them in all thanksgiving, while they laud, glorify, and exalt the name of Yahweh Sevaot forever and ever. And with them he establishes this oath, by which they and their past are preserved, nor does their progress perish. Great was their joy. They blessed, glorified, and exalted, because the name of the Son of Adam was revealed to them. He sat upon the throne of his glory, and the principal part of the judgment was assigned to him, the Son of Adam. And we all know this is talking about Messiah. Sinners shall disappear and perish from the face of the earth, while those who seduce them shall be bound with chains forever. According to their ranks of corruption shall they be in prison, and all their works shall disappear from the face of the earth. Nor thenceforward shall there be any to corrupt, for the Son of Adam has been seen, sitting on the throne of his glory. Everything wicked shall disappear, and depart from before his face. And the world of the Son of Adam shall become powerful in the presence of Yahweh Sevaot. This is the third parable of Enoch. Alright. So we'll end it right there for this evening, Mishpaha. I just think the Book of Enoch is just amazing, and goes into so much depth, just like the Book of Jubilees. Pretty much all the books I've read on my channel, they go more into depth of Genesis, Revelation. It's so amazing. And that's how you test things. When they line up with scriptures, that it's pretty much gonna pass. If you got a book or something written that's changing stories and accrediting different things to different people that shouldn't be accredited to them, I would really stay away from these books if they're twisting stuff up like that. Jasher. Anyways, yeah, Enoch goes in. He does, Jesse. That's why I love it. The thing is, you got these vultures and Pharisees and Philistines tossing it out and teaching others to toss it out. When, as I've said, Messiah, the apostles, all quoted it hundreds of times. Messiah quoted it while saying, "You know not scriptures," basically calling Enoch scriptures, which that's all it takes from me. But apparently you got some hard heads and wolves and vultures that it makes them feel some kind of way. Anyway. Anyway. Thank you guys for joining me this week. Please like and subscribe. Join me next week. It's same time, same place. I'm hoping to switch to reading on Shabbat evenings here soon. I'm not sure when. Things are kind of starting to slow down a bit in the background in my life, so it's getting pretty hectic there and overwhelming for a minute. But prayers and fasting. Just count on Yah. He'll get you through it. Trust me. I can attest to that. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I love you all. It's my pleasure. It's my duty as a man of Yah to try to bring His word and to show you the right path. And with all these wolves and vultures and Philistines and Pharisees and snakes, vipers, you name it. It's hard. It gets hard. That's why I just say, follow no man. We only have one teacher. And he wrote everything down for us. All you got to do is pray and fast to him. And he might not answer immediately, but he's going to answer you. Trust me. He has every time for me. Someone asked the other day, what kind of plans I've made for my future. I told him I don't make plans any longer. I just rely on Yahweh. My plan could be totally different than his plan. So I just go with the flow, honestly. That's me. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. It is not me, but all glory to Yahweh. I just strive to follow Him and do everything I can to follow Him. And it gets hard, and it's not easy, not at all. And I am not perfect in any way at all. No way. But I try. And that's all we can do. Alright. Thank you all. Thank you. And we missed you here, Alyssa. And thank you for joining, Brother Jesse. It's glad to have you here. I'm glad to have everybody here on my readings. I'm glad to answer questions. I love it. It challenges me as well, answering questions. Do I know everything? No way, not at all. Not at all. But I'll do my best to try and figure it out. Anyways. Enough of me. Hey, awesome. I hope so too, Brother Jesse. I do it every Sunday evening just because it was back from when I used to have to work, and Sunday would be really the only day I would have available. So I've just been basically keeping it like that, honestly. Anyway. Yeah, go ahead, send me a message, Alyssa. It's all good. No worries. Alright, enough of me babbling. Thank you all for joining me. Please like and subscribe and share if you liked it. And have a blessed evening. Have a blessed week. And we will see you all next week. And shalom, shalom, shalom.